Sukuna is finally unleashing Mahoraga. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 228 has left us all on a major cliffhanger and shocked us to see how Satoru Gojo is going to escape this current situation. Because as we know, a 10 Shadows user and a Limitless user fought in the past, and the result was they both died. Please let me know in the comments below, how do you think this story will end? But without further ado, let's just jump into the chapter. But first I want to say, if you enjoy this style of content and you like videos like this, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the channel. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I want to see just how far we can go as a community. Thank you so much for supporting me, and please enjoy the video. Let's jump right into it. So coming off the hype from last chapter, everybody is exactly confused as to how Gojo managed to pull this off. Kusakabe remarks that it shouldn't even be possible because domains in particular have a set diameter and parameter for it when you make your domain, except for in the case of like Higuruma and Hikari, because their techniques are like, their domains are a part of their curse technique. So essentially, like, what they're doing is kind of genius in and of itself, which makes them like remarkably talented to pull off what they're doing. You know, like even being able to realize the domain in the first place and then like be able to shift its diameters is actually like quite impressive. But then Choso pretty much points out exactly what I was alluding to in my last video, that, you know, based off his time in the prison realm, he was able to grasp how to like condense his domain and the outer shell. Like he was able to bring the feeling to life, so to speak. And he enlarged his domain in the first place last time to capture Malevolent Shrine and bring Malevolent Shrine into this like miniaturized pocket like domain. And so Gojo is once again just Gojo being the absolute genius that he is and relentless in changing his tactics. He found a way to beat the barriers, a domain without a barrier, by using a domain with a barrier. So let me say it like that, because it's a mouth twister to be saying domain, barrierless domain, you know what I mean? So Gojo outsmarted it. A lot of people were speculating that Gojo might get a barrierless domain, but I don't think that Gege is going to do that, because he kind of wants to have Sukuna seem like he's still like at the pinnacle when it comes to using curse energy efficiently. But man, like this is just hype. And then we finally see Gojo's domain break. And a lot of people are curious as to find out what happened, and we come to find out that Sukuna was using his curse energy to try to break Gojo's domain, while simultaneously Gojo's domain was breaking down Malevolent Shrine, and Gojo actually managed to get a clean hit off on Sukuna. Man, these opening like few pages is just so fire. Like Gege has been going insane with the artwork. And following that last panel, we are actually confronted as Gojo and Sukuna start trading blows, and the commenters and spectators are watching and they're wondering who's going to come out on top. Now Maki seems to think that Gojo is going to have the edge, because we've seen that he was able to restore his curse technique with, you know, reverse curse technique, which is still kind of crazy. But, you know, Angel comments that his mistake was showing Sukuna that was possible, because as we know, Sukuna is like a master at utilizing curse energy efficiently, you know what I mean? And him just getting his soul split into two by Kenjaku was able to learn how to split his soul apart just by witnessing it. So Sukuna is a curse energy efficiency master. So Gojo did mess up by showing Sukuna that was possible, because as we go back to the fight, we get a little dialogue from Gojo in his mind of what's going on right now. He's wondering why Sukuna hasn't used the 10 Shadows technique yet, which makes a lot of sense, because, you know, if you have Megumi's memories, you know that Gojo already knows about the 10 Shadow technique, so what are you hiding it for? And just as we say that, the biggest shocking thing happens. We see the Dharma Chakra wheel, and we already know who's coming next. Mahoraga is coming in next chapter. Bro, this chapter was so insane. So I just wanted to get the breakdown out the way real quick, and I'm glad we got that breakdown out the way. Now I can actually talk about the chapter, like, and give my thoughts and opinions on it. For one, it was a marvelous chapter. Some of the best artwork we've seen in the series thus far. And I just gotta say, like, in the comments below, please let me know what you think is gonna happen next. Like, this chapter was hyped for no reason. I don't think we have a break next week, so next, like, bro, this fight is literally gonna become like the best, if not one of the best fights in JJK. I still love Yuji versus Mahito, but like, if this just keeps up, if the artwork just keeps going on like this, it's gonna be too late. This is gonna be everyone's fan favorite chapter so far. But bro, I'm just mind blown right now. We're really getting to see Mahoraga. We got a well like explained tactician tactive fight. And bro, it's just insane so far. So one of the things I wanted to comment on is, I don't know, when we saw Sukuna fight against Yorozu, right? We seen him in the beginning activate the wheel. Sukuna never activated the wheel. Is that something that like is visible, or like do people not know when he's like taking the effects of like the Dharma Chakra wheel and like he's able to like adapt adaptation, right? And also Gojo's nosebleed. What do you think that was? Is it like poison? Because we know that Sukuna is the king of poison. A lot of people speculate that Sukuna has poison powers. I don't really know about that. I think it was just like mentioning him being the poison, but I don't know. If Gojo feels nauseous, right, and he's nosebleeding, then maybe Sukuna is like, it could be a situation where like Kashimo, when he was fighting Hikari, remember when Kashimo landed in the water and we saw that Hikari started to feel dizzy and he passed out into the water, right? Or like Sukuna is using his cursed energy to emit a substance, because we know that cursed energy has different properties. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a theory. And I just want to say, if you watched the last video, that I'm so happy that I nailed that, like, you know, the prison realm there. I'm pretty sure it's not really even a theory. I think we all pretty much assumed that he was copying the prison realm, right? But I just want to say that I called that, by the way. You know what I mean? But yeah, Gojo feeling dizzy. What do you think the properties, if it is like, if you're going along with the whole Kashimo theory and he's able to change the energy of his cursed properties, the properties of his cursed energy, man, I'm stuttering. Sorry, I really don't script my videos. I bet you guys could already tell that, right? But that would like bring a whole different depth to that. And Gojo being the genius, I would see him being able to copy that. But they also say in this chapter that his 6 eyes was seeing through something. So maybe in this fight, it might be a situation where like they both die and like whoever gets to the battlefield first will win, because you know reverse curse technique, you can bring somebody back to life, kind of like similar to what Yuji did to Jujutsu. But I think that only worked because he has Sukuna inside of him, right? But I don't know. I feel like they might both die, but like I don't know. If anything, they might both get knocked out. And we already know that Ume, Sukuna's little lapdog, as well as Kenjaku, so it'll be a difficult free for all if Gojo's out of the picture. But I really could see them both losing in this instance. Like I said, my predictions for next chapter, I think Sukuna is copying Kashimo in the sense of like making his cursed energy have different properties and some creative substance. And I think that Gojo saw through the Dharma chakra chain. Maybe it might be a situation where like Gojo has to, like, because he mentioned it, and like he thought that Sukuna might be scared to summon Mahoraga because he knows that Gojo could just obliterate it in one shot, which is interesting because, you know, Sukuna has been waiting so long. Maybe he was just building up resistance to different Gojo's different techniques, which is a little bit scary. And we know that there's a lot of secret techniques that Gojo has brought out, like when he did his little barrier and everything like that. But man, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what's going to happen in the next chapter. Leave your predictions below. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for making this possible, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.